Hey everyone, this is Cliff Ford, and today in this video, I'm going to be doing a redo video of one I made like a week ago. Where I did an idea, the concept I presented for rivals for Peach and Daisy. If you've seen the video, the names I presented were like Ripeach and Rudaisy. So this is just basically going to be a redo of that. The only reason I'm redoing this video is because there were some things I was trying to show in that video. And I had too much light on me, and I know I probably should have been paying close attention when I was editing the video and stuff like that. But I'm basically just gonna be doing a redo of that. I'm not really gonna fall into the whole introducing like the Wario, Waluigi, and Boshi that I did in the previous video. Um, but yeah, so I'm not gonna really focus on that. Them. I'm mostly just going to I'm really just going to focus on the Ripeach and Rudaisy concept only, and introducing them. So that's all I wanted to say for that. Okay, so first starting off with Princess Peach's rival. So the name I'm presenting for her is Waripeachy. Now, actually, before I get into this, I should mention that you know for originally for the when back in Mario Tennis for the 64 was being presented when Waluigi was created, there was an idea and concept thrown around for a rival for Princess Peach called Warupeachy, and I guess in English they were just going to call her Wapeach. And there was sometimes for like Western audiences fans that you look at Waluigi's name, a lot of people thought that it was just a lazy excuse because you just took the wall from Wario's name and slapped it onto Luigi. In Wapeach's case, you really would just be taking the wall prefect and slapping it on, even though it's technically a shorter version of the full name. But it really does seem like you really did just take the wall prefect off and slap it on. And I'm doing a very similar thing, but I'm doing mine a little bit differently. So but I just wanted to mention that real quick. So the name I'm presenting for Rival Peach is Waripeachy, alright? That is her full name, alright? That is her actual true name. But she does not like the name Waripeachy because it makes her feel like that she has connections to Wario and stuff. So what you would need to do is remove the wa. So basically she prefers to be called as Ripeachy, alright? Or better yet, Ripeach. So yeah. Um I can imagine I would imagine her being represented by the colors yellow green or green yellow, or maybe like a chartreuse green or chartreuse yellow. Princess Peach is describing as like a sweet, gentle, well mannered personality. I can describe her as being like someone who's like sour, impulsive, and with ill tempered personality and stuff like that. Um, Now for Daisy's rival Waru Daisy, I thought I was thinking about out exactly like I feel like the fan name that has been given around for like a bad Daisy Waru Daisy would work. Not the Wa Daisy part, just the Waru Daisy, right? Just sticking with the Waru Daisy, all right. Um, and that I feel like it can work for her much better. But I'm still removing the Wa, all right. So take off the Wa. Well, so that just leaves you with Rudaisy or Rudaisy. And just like with Waripeachy, how she doesn't like the Wari part of her name because it makes her feel connected to Wario and she hates Wario. The same thing can be said for Rudaisy, who hates Wario and Waluigi, especially Waluigi the most. And her name actually has a lot of connections to Waluigi. So if you put the translations together, if you just remove the day from Wario Daisy's name and put them together, you might be surprised what you find out and what you see. There is like some minor difference and stuff like that, but when you look at it, you can see what I mean. So that's the names I'm presenting for Daisy is Rudaisy, or better yet, Rudaisy. I can see her represented by the colors maybe like violet and azure. The violet can be an interesting concept on like violet on the word violent, even though like the word color violet and the word violent have nothing to do with each other. But you can. I'm basically going off in like how the spellings are similar with just one minor difference. So, Princess Daisy is described as being an energetic, um, like an energetic tomboy way with um with like like a good heart, like a kind person. Um, Rudaisy's I would describe as being like z a lazy, violent, type of princess who a snotty princess who wants everything done for her who would rather like insult all and yell and stuff like that at that. So that's basically how I would present her. Um, so yeah, um, I would imagine these characters being maybe like clones. I mean, they could be something else, but let's for argument's sake say they're like clones of Peach and Daisy. I can see them being like love rivals. Say like they love Mario and Luigi, and they're fighting for their affections. Um, so yeah, so and just like Wario and Waluigi, they're not like sort of love rivals for Mario and Luigi. They're more of like, they're like rivals for their popularity. They they want to have like all the fame and wealth and power. For Peach and Rudaisy, I feel like a good cat fight for Peach and Daisy would be really interesting thing. So um yeah, so that's for that. Now getting into their emblems, for Repeach and Rudaisy, when coming up with idea with their emblems and like what they can be represented by, I was basically going to do like the same concept of like Wario and Waluigi, just flipping over their Mario and Luigi's emblems, just doing the same thing for Peach and Daisy, just flipping them over. The only problem is with Daisy, flipping over like you can flip over Peach's crown, it'll be easy, but flipping over Daisy's emblem is a bit of a different story. And to show you what I mean, I basically drew a picture. It's not perfect, all right. I'm not trying to make a masterpiece, but you see, like here, there's emblem, and ignore that line through the middle. Like I'll explain that part here in a minute. But you flip them over, and like sure, like Peaches like looks completely different, but for Daisy's, it still looks the same. Like there's no general change in it, and you don't want because like they're not exactly like clones in the sense of like let's look at uh like Tanuki Mario, where Tanuki Mario is really just Mario in a Tanuki suit, or Metal Mario being like just Mario himself. Even though like in terms of like these playable situations on these other games, they present these characters as separate characters, but they're technically just Mario in a transformation state. For Wario, while you can like Wario and Waluigi, you can see connections to Mario and Luigi. They are not exactly transformations or copies of them. They are their own characters, and I feel like the same thing's got to be done for Peach and Rudaisy. See, not to like where you can see connections to Peach and Daisy, but they are not Peach and Daisy. And that's when I came across the Japanese word wari. So there's this Japanese word called wari, which can translate into, when used as a noun, you can translate into things like percentage, ratio, profits, and stuff like that. But when you use this word as a verb, it can come into as yeah, like split, crack, divide, rip, like that. And another translation of that general part is waru. All right, so you can, if you're paying attention, you can see where I'm getting at. All right, the fact that you have this Japanese word wari and another translation of it waru, making a similar sound effect on the Japanese word warui, meaning bad. It's sort of, I'm doing a bit of a double meaning, or like like a double meaning, representing like two separate things. So that's when I thought, well, what if I split their emblems, right? I'll split their emblems in half, right? So basically, you can look at this like her Peach's crown is Peach's crown split in half, maybe like a bit of a different color. Same thing with Rudaisy's, it's split in half. And this can represent like yin and yang, good and bad, like two princesses, two of the same things, like that. So you have Ripeach and Rudaisy. See, now before I actually came across the whole split thing, I originally thought, well, what if I just represented by the letters? But instead of doing like the P and D regularly, like Peach and Daisy, I would actually flip them upside down. The only problem is I ran the same problem with Daisy again. Her flipping over D still looked the same. There was no general change in it. You can flip over a P, it'll look like a B, like a little bit bigger B, obviously, but it looked like a smaller B, but a little bit bigger. The same thing cannot be said about Daisy. It still looked the same. There was like no general change. So I had to think of what options I can do. And then I thought, well, you know what? I'll reverse them. All right. So I came across that and I'll reverse them. But I still wanted to use their main emblems. So that's when I thought, okay, well, what if technically by their main emblems, we refer to them, uh, we uh, we do the split crown and split daisy emblem, the split flower emblem instead. And for like the backwards P and backwards D E, we can use that in like maybe like fan concepts when you're doing like plumber version of Ripeach and Rudaisy Z, or maybe like writing and stuff like that where they're like writing their names out. They always put their P backwards and their D's backwards and stuff like that. Okay, so moving on. So I did come across like backwards P's and D's, and that used to exist a long time ago. So much like Waluigi's emblem is just Luigi's L flipped upside down. There is an L in the Greek letter alphabet, which most later people point to. There is other things that people point to on the upside down L. You can find in other places, but a lot of people just point to the Greek alphabet. And for Peach and Daisy, I did find some backwards P's. So take for instance, in the Lydian alphabet, there is a backwards P, and there's also a backwards D in the Lydian alphabet too. But I'll focus on the P first. So there is a backwards P in the Lydian alphabet, and it is basically the translation of the letter R. All right, so it's the translation of the letter R. Now, if you translate that into the Greek equivalent, R into the Greek equivalent, it looks like the English letter P. So basically, in Greek, the letter P E is actually for R. All right, so which would be pronounced as rho. Row from, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced row. So you can sort of see where I'm going for here, are that in the Lydian alphabet, there's the backwards P, which is for R. And you look at the Greek alphabet at how the letter for R for Greek looks like the English letter P, for us. So you can see where I'm coming for here. Then the one I want to go over for Daisy is this. So now Daisy, Rudaisy, there is in the Lydian alphabet there is a backwards D. It is for Y, and I guess you do take that for like the Greek equivalent. It will be like the Greek letter Iwata or Iwata. However that's pronounced. Supposed to be I think it's supposed to be the Greek equivalent to the letter I, which gave rise to the letters I or even J, from what I can seem to understand. I'm not like an expert or anything. I'm just trying to sort of describe what I was learning or looking up from information. But the main thing I want to go over for Daisy is the Etruscan alphabet. Okay, so in the Etruscan alphabet, and this is actually kind of clever. In the Etruscan alphabet, a backwards D is pronounced alright, and it is for the letter R, alright. So it's basically like a backwards D is for like the equivalent of the letter R, which is pronounced And oddly enough, a backwards R, or like a backwards looking R, is translated as day, alright, and is for the English equivalent of the letter D, alright. So basically, like, the translations are kind of like not split, like switched, like they're switched, all right. So the fact that you have a backwards D representing R and a backwards R representing D, okay. And not to mention, like, the backwards R, which is translated as day. Oddly enough, Daisy's Japanese name starts with her Japanese name starts with DE for Daisy. So but yeah, so that's why I want to go for that and that concept like that. So what I was thinking, you know, in no to point out, like, in no way am I trying to like undermine what was previously stated. So like if a lot of people um if a lot of people like the Waru like the Ripeach and Rudaisy more, that's fine. I'm not trying to say my idea is much better and stuff like that. It's just like I feel like if we ever do get like proper rivals for Peach and Daisy, I feel like we need like I feel like they need like their own name, something where you like it would be fine like if you can see connections to like Peach and Daisy, like Wario and Waluigi. But I feel like it's not exactly like it's kind of lazy to just keep adding the Water Prefect, and I suppose that's why they decided to do it for like the Boshi one in English. I mean, in Japanese, Boshi's name is Washi, but in English they translate it as Boshi, which I guess the B is supposed to represent maybe like the word bad, and I guess the color blue since he's like a black blue Yoshi, so he's a bad blue Yoshi. So uh, but yeah, so that's pretty much all in general. So that's really it. I think I went over everything. And yeah, so I think I went over everything, and I think that's all. One other thing I wanted to mention that when I mentioned like like you look at Daisy's Peach's emblem that which is basically like imagine like it being split. So I just basically like drew a line down to the middle of it. But if you think about it very carefully, you can sort of see like a D in here and a backwards D as well. So you can sort of see that. And actually, one more thing before I finish off. One more thing. So, like I said, where the Lydian and the letters where they were represented by the letter R in that case from what I'm trying to go for. You think about it, it actually works because the fact that their names that they refer to, Ripeach and Rudaisy, actually starts with the letter R. All right, so you can sort of see that. So like if you're spelling like you put like Peach's like you spell Peach's name, but yet the P is backward or something like that, you can sort of or you can sort of see that as a bit of a connection or like bit of like a tease or like a little just the simple tease or or confining connection and stuff like that. So, but that's really all. So, but so yeah, so that's all I really want to say. And um, but yeah, so but that's what I want to present to you. If these characters ever do become playable, it'd probably be like the Mario Tennis, much like how Waluigi was featured in, where he was created because Wario didn't have a similar partner to partner up with, from what they said, and they wanted to do more human characters. So, and I'm glad that we got Waluigi. So, and I like most of these Mario characters that they introduced, like even Pinko Peach. Like I know a lot of people don't like her and stuff like that, but I do. I play with all the characters and stuff like that. And I mean some I play more than others, but I like playing with any other character that I can. It's nice to try as much as you can. Try something new every single time. Not always focus on old and unique characters when there's plenty of things to go around. So yeah, so that's really all. So um yeah, so and with Mario Tennis, like I said, there are other games too, like maybe like Mario Party, or who knows, maybe if they do like a sequel to Princess Peach, maybe if Princess Peach gets her her own game, and I feel like a lot of people would be interested in that. Maybe give her like a partner like Peach and Daisy Super Princesses, and maybe as bonuses you can have like Rosalina and Toadette who can use her Peachette transformation in the game during certain assist levels or bonus levels and stuff like that. That would be pretty interesting. And Peach and Daisy would have to fight Ripeach and Rudaisy, who have taken Mario and Luigi hostage and are trying to force them to marry them, which uh, kind of brings back memories to a certain game where Mario had to go and stop a certain wedding, if you get what I mean. uh, oh boy. Okay, so that's all. So that is really all. So again, the names I'm presenting is Ripeach and Rudaisy. Okay, so that's it. So thank you for watching this video. If you got a chance to watch it, go ahead and leave a comment down below on what you think. Like really, like leave a comment down below on what you think of the general concept of the idea I have for the names of Ripeach and Rudaisy. Do you feel like that we should stick with the original names Wapeach and Wadaisy? Do you feel like um or do you feel like Ripeach and Rudaisy can actually work? If you don't like the concept of these bad princesses, that's fine. I'm just doing this as fun. All right, this is just a little fun video I'm making to ensure that I believe that rivals for Peach and Daisy can work if we find the right way. So that's it. So go ahead and like the video if you like the video, and hit that subscribe button, and I'll be having more videos out than well, I really don't want to say more videos than you can ever imagine, because I don't want. I feel like I'd be talking too much if I don't shut up or sooner or later. So but yeah, so that's it. So thank you for watching the video, and you all have a great day. Bye now.